had a really good espresso at my last Airbnb, and it was really nice. So here we have Senseo. It's not bad. It's not as good, but honestly it'll do for the morning for sure. You can't really see because there's no light in the closet, but I wanted to wear like my pink shirt today, but I just don't have the time or the energy to iron it. So I think I'm just gonna do basic black long sleeves. I think it's gonna be kind of hot today, like high 70s, but that's not till this afternoon. So when I get home later, I can just change, I think. Plus the costume's probably cold, so. All right, I've had a few hours after my first day of school to kind of just sit down and collect myself. So let's talk about how it went. But to start, a quick introduction. I'm Caitlin. I've worked in tech for the last 11 years, worked remotely for the last 9 years, and I'd always thought about teaching English abroad. And I got to a point recently where I was like, you know what, I'm 36. If I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it. So here I am now in Madrid teaching English. And today was my first day of school. It was a pretty good morning. I woke up at about 5:45 because I decided I wanted to film my first vlog today. And it was nice to wake up here. I have a great view. You can kind of see I have a balcony there and another balcony over there, so it was just a nice place to wake up to. It was kind of a funny feeling, like showering and getting ready and getting fully dressed to have to leave the house and be somewhere, because I'm used to just kind of looking presentable here up for Zoom and then wearing sweatpants all day. I got kind of stressed when it came to the metro. I don't have my resident metro card yet, so I've just been buying it as I go. Last time I bought it, I had a guy at the station help me. This time there was no one to help, and it's really hard to figure out on their little kiosks. So it took me about 15 minutes and asking a couple people for help and a couple mistakes to get it going. So I was a little bit panicked getting on the metro, because even though I left a little early, I still thought I was gonna get there like 2 minutes before, and obviously I need time to like pee and stuff because it's like an hour commute. So a little bit panicked, but it all worked out. I got there about 15 minutes early, so it was fine. Then I went into the classroom with the teacher I'm working with, and it was actually a great class, my first class. People spoke relatively good English. We did like an introductory thing where I had a PowerPoint. I shared a little bit about myself. We then went around the room and each student introduced themselves and talked about like their family and hobbies. It was a little bit nerve-wracking because, at least in this school, they have like a stage at the front for the teachers to stand on, and I'm really not a public speaker. Like, I can do it if I have to, but I don't love it. And it felt like public speaking, but I think I'll just get used to it with time. I then had a 3-hour break, which is a little bit of a bummer. My classes are Tuesday through Friday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays I have more significant of a break. So today I just had 2 classes, but I had a 3-hour break between them. I'm trying to identify the feeling of it. It was kind of like, you know, when you start at a new job, you're always a little bit nervous, you're like meeting people, but it was like a different dimension because I studied Spanish back in college, but it's been, you know, over a decade, and so I've lost it and I'm picking it back up. So it's like another dimension because a lot of the teachers don't speak English, and so my brain is constantly like thinking. It was kind of a weird feeling, just feeling very out of place. Not knowing anybody, being able to brokenly speak to most people, just having a huge gap of time. During that break I went out to lunch. So there's a park nearby, so I went and sat in the park for a while. Just kind of chilled out, sat in the sun. Then I had my second class with a different teacher. I just kind of like talked in English and stuff. But it's also funny because I can understand Spanish pretty well. And so the kids and the teacher were talking in Spanish, and I could know exactly what they were saying, even when like it related to me, and they didn't know that I understood what they were saying. So maybe that's a superpower. But it's also good practice for me because the more I listen to it, the better I'm gonna get. Okay, so then that class ended and it was time to go home. I got home and I just felt so tired. I just laid on the couch, and then I remembered I had tortilla chips in the kitchen and I had guacamole, but I just, for some reason, absolutely required microwave nachos. Obviously immediately get home, hair up, sweatpants on, you know, not going outside type of vibe. And I had this 5-minute debate like, wow, I really need microwave nachos, but I don't have cheese, so I'd have to go literally downstairs and across the street to the grocery store. But it would require, you know, putting on pants and putting on shoes. I finally convinced myself it was worth it, so I went, and you saw the other stuff that I got. Just a little quick grocery haul, got coffee for school, some milk for school, my cheese for my nachos. So got home, ate my microwave nachos, kind of zoned out and on my phone for a while, on YouTube for a while, and here we are. So now that I've had some time to like settle, I'm feeling okay. To be honest, I think the biggest thing is that I'm very unsettled. So I'm a little bit like uneasy just because this is my second Airbnb. I've been looking for an apartment now for a week and a half. So it's kind of like my stuff is literally just thrown everywhere. I don't even remember all the clothes I packed because they're just in the bottom of my suitcase. So I'm just kind of like wearing what I have out, even though it's not the cutest. And in Spain, they're very fashionable. Like, I just wore this black shirt and jeans and black shoes to work today because I thought this is a very safe teacher outfit. But I got there and one of the teachers I'm working with is so fashionable. And I was just like, oh, I need to get cuter clothes and I don't even know what I have anymore. So that is how today went. I have to go back again tomorrow, but obviously that's what you do with work. But I'm hoping I'll get an apartment soon because I think once I can unpack my stuff, have a place for everything, it'll be a lot easier. You know, wake up you know where your stuff is, easy to get ready, easy to get a routine, easy to finalize your yoga studio. And I'm feeling hopeful that's gonna happen this week. So I think once that does, everything will feel a little bit lighter. Thanks for listening. I will talk to you next time. See ya.